ग्लोबल स्किल डेवलपमेंट मिशन में आपका स्वागत है।
Once you really get a handle on how layers work inside Photoshop, how to pull an object off of its background, which you saw earlier, how to convert a regular background layer into a Photoshop layer, things like this. Basically, all of the information that we covered in the previous two exercises, once you get really comfortable with it, then combining your images together, creating compositions and layouts inside Photoshop becomes really, really easy. And that's exactly what we're going to do in this exercise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and grab another image, another file that I've added to our project files folder. This guy's called clouds.jpg, and wouldn't you know it, I was out and about on a much nicer day, saw these clouds that I thought looked kind of cool, took a quick picture with my digital camera and thought, let's throw that into the background of our statue image. And that's exactly what I want to do here. Now, there's a bunch of different ways to do this. By the way, check out the layers panel for clouds.jpg. We're back to a background layer, which is locked. Why? Because it's a JPEG. JPEG doesn't support multiple layers, right? So here's how I'm going to pull the clouds over into the statue layout or the statue composition. I'm still on the Move tool inside the toolbox. I'm going to grab the background layer itself from the Layers panel, and I'm going to drag and drop that guy right into the statue image, just like that. Now, let's take a look at the Layers panel. Let's see what's going on here. By the way, whenever I open up an image inside Photoshop, maybe an image that someone has emailed to me or I've sourced it from somewhere else, my eyeballs go right to the Layers panel. I want to see what I'm working with, right? There's the original statue layer, of course. There's the new layer that you and I just moved over, no longer called background, now called Layer 1. Interesting. Now, there's a bunch of different ways, as I was mentioning, to move content from one file, one image to another. Let me show you a couple of alternatives here. I'm just going to undo Controller-Command-Z on my keyboard. That gets rid of that new Layer 1, and I'm going to head back to my clouds image. What I could do is I could try dragging and dropping, this is with the Move tool, from the image itself over into another image, something like that. That's another way to do it. That's certainly possible. I'm just undoing here. Either from the image itself or from the image's layers panel. It's perfectly fine. Try this though, either from the image or from the layers panel, dragging over, but before you let go of your mouse, hold down Shift, and what that will do is that will drop the image that you're moving into the dead center of the image that you're moving to. Does that make sense? I hope so. So there's the clouds now sitting in the dead center of my statue image. Of course, the clouds aren't as large as the statue image. I still have some empty space above and below the clouds. We'll fix that in just a moment. Of course, the other issue that we have is the clouds are on top of the statue, not behind the statue. We've got to fix that as well. This is all stuff that I'm going to show you in the upcoming exercises. But for the time being, you may want to take a moment and try moving some of your files into other files. And of course, keep your eyeballs on your Layers panel.